So a Gooner game for girls is doing numbers. Let's talk about it. Some people are shocked by the success of Love and Deepspace, and while I am kind of surprised, honestly, I'm more overjoyed than anything else because I see that an untapped market was really reached here, and I am excited for the future. I saw a video on here claiming that because there was no competition for a game like this, that of course it rose to the top. And what they meant by this, they were like, oh, it's because, it's a husbando game. It's full of these beautiful men versus all these other games that are focused on waifus. So of course, come on. It was no competition. That's the reason why, guys. Otome games are nothing new. So these games that are centered around women getting with a bunch of different guys or having these different options are nothing new. Not even for mobile, but Love and Deepspace was able to do something really unique. And I think one of the things it was able to do is fuse in some great combat. So there is combat, all right? So it's not just a Gooner game, guys. And the combat is not like, it's not like a full, the jiggle physics that you might see in a more, stereotypically Gooner game. It has a rich story and complex characters that are so much fun to talk about and get excited for outside of just looking good or fitting into some kind of character niche that people tend to like. Also, visually, it's just really nice. The graphics are fantastic, and I do find the interface to be quite good. I like the UX. I like that I can access all these different things pretty easily. Like when you go to your agenda for the day, you can check off different things. You can go from your agenda to that actual thing that you need to do, which saves me a lot of time and I really appreciate. Now let's talk about the Gooner aspect of the game. So you don't actually have to engage with the more, let's say, 18 plus type of content, even though the game is like 12 plus in the US. It should not be. It should at least be like 16 or up, but maybe that's another conversation. So yeah, the spice is there, and I do think it's an important factor. But not just because it's spicy and women just like spicy content, no. It's because the main character, the woman, plays an active role in the spicy activities, let's say. She's able to flirt, she's able to take control of situations, and let her needs be known in different ways. And I think that has appealed to a lot of women, especially when we're used to a more passive female love interest, even in otome games. But really, all of this works because there's great writing for these different male characters and the world that they're in. And of course, the combat too. I love how that encourages us to have a stronger bond with our male companions because you can choose to fight with one of them. You have to choose someone to fight with most of the time. And I like fighting with them because they come in and help you, you help them, you do these awesome combo attacks together that really makes you feel like you're a part of a power couple. And I love that. And I think a lot of other women are resonating with that as well. So it's not just about putting the equivalent of jiggle physics for girls into a game and watching as the money just rolls in. No, you have to craft a genuine connection between the player and the characters in the game, and that includes the main character. And yes, our main character can be seen as a self-insert character. You can change her name, her birthday, all those different things. But she has an attitude, honestly. She has a personality, and I love it. It resonates with me. I know some people are like, she's too mean. No, she's not mean. She's playful. She's flirty, and she is not just trying to cater to the needs of the men in the story, nor to their egos. And the guys respect some of that pushback that they get from her. She isn't always doing what they want to do, and sometimes they're like, oh, you shouldn't do that. And she's like, leave me alone. And they're like, okay, you know what? You're right. And things usually turn out pretty well, which I appreciate. I am excited for the success of this game, and I hope it brings more attention to the needs of female players. And if we want to look at this in a broader term, the idea of women, A, liking games and being very invested in the gaming space, and B, the fact that women's pleasure and the things that they find attractive in men and in their storytelling, etc., should be given more attention. I want to see that. I want to see people taking that more seriously, and I think Love and Deepspace might be a case study for some companies in the future.